We are recording.
So we're going to wave the flag of we're learning right now. And let's just say welcome again. Welcome.
Welcome to Space Girl Rockets Podcast.
We have to use the audio from the tab.
I'm Leroy Skillet. And my good friend Roberto.
I'm going to go with Roberto. So, okay.
No, it's right. I'm Larry.
Okay. So,
it's not Leroy Skillet, it's Leroy Singh.
Do you want to prep this?
No. I have, I will. I have brought something for Robert to open on air just to get a live reaction from both him and the audience. This is something I've been working on, and I don't want to give too much away because, you know.
Okay. Drum roll, everybody.
I wrapped it in bubble wrap.
You should. Look at that. Oh, let me see.
And this is one of several that I will have with me October 14th at the Space Girl Rockets vendor booth at Capital Pride Frankfurt.
So let me see if I can record this. There's so much to see. The flower there is just spectacular.
Now I will have to say, you know, probably get angry at me for mentioning this, but
that's just amazing.
My son gave me the idea for the dots, all the different little polka dots.
It adds such a beautiful texture to everything.
Well, and so there's another one that me and him split right down the middle, and it actually has a white line that I'm going to leave. It's about I used masking tape size, and I could have done it thinner, but I ran out of automotive tape. So I'm just going to leave the white line. Now that one's not done. It hasn't been sealed. That's the reason I put it in the box.
Okay.
So it's going to have a color shift Mod Podge spray put on it that will make it change color in the light.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
So I've done several like that. I've got 3 big skulls. I've got 6 to 9 medium baseball size skulls, and then I've got like 24 little skulls. They have all been painted. We're getting them all ready.
No, you're the ones you gave us. We were decorating, so we're very excited. So,
well, if you need a discount on our supplies,
I know a guy. So, okay, the big announcement is I'm officially moved to Lexington, Kentucky. Don't even know the amount of effort to get here, but I'm so happy that we're here today doing this. This is just great. One of the things we actually have to talk about is the last session we had. We were going to go meet an artist in downtown Lexington, and
that went south.
I want to talk about partnership because it's always this thing with Larry and I that I really enjoy, and I'll tell you why. We went to the gallery where this one artist is, and he wasn't there. It was locked. And so we went down to Mirror Twin Brewing, which is a really busy place here in Lexington. And I had some friends that happened to be there, and Larry was like, if you want to go hang out with them, that's fine, but it's too much for me. It's too loud in there. And I was looking at Larry, and I said, I'm here for you. And I was. And so what cool thing happened? We went and got into a tent, one of the outdoor tents, and there's a bunch of, I'm going to say just finishing college-age kids. And
gosh, everybody's kids now.
They're all kids. But Larry started talking to them about the podcast and talking about what we're doing, and they were so supportive and so interested.
Well, I'm going to jump in there for a second. We kind of had a captive audience because what he's leaving out is as we sat in this tent with about 6 other people, a storm came upon us rather abruptly. And when I say storm, I'm talking about high winds, heavy torrential rain. So we zipped up, pulled down all the sides and zipped them all up and tied them all down, and it started flooding.
Oh yeah, I've got
Down the
footage of
tent
that.
like a river, about that deep. So then we're got our legs up, and we're all like, "Well, what are we going to talk about?"
Well,
Hey, I got a subject.
Well, he did a great job, and
It was
so
good times.
I'll just say thanks for being a partner in all this. And
Yes, sir. I'm
the
glad to
second
be here.
thing that Larry did that's a huge partnership is, do you want to tell how you found out about our first live event?
Oh, like I was talking about, Capital Pride Frankfurt. I was at a place of employment. I haven't talked to them about dropping names, so I
That's
won't.
fine. I wouldn't.
I'm sure they wouldn't care. So I was at one of my places of employment, and I was at the cash register, and this young lady, what I believe was her mother, came through and purchased some stuff, and she just mentioned that she was leaving that she liked my tattoo art on my forearm. And I said, well, that's my art. I drew it out, and I had a guy in Frankfurt, Chris Mays, an amazing name. I will drop his name. Put it on my arm for me, and he put it exactly as I drew it. I mean, he took mine, copied it onto transfer paper, put it on my arm, and drew it out. So, I mean, even my mistakes and wiggles and double lines where I, put one the wrong way and stuff like that, he did it exactly. Thank you. So she said, no kidding, I had this book here was there, and I started showing her pictures out of it and telling her about what we were trying to achieve. An all-inclusive art studio that's open 24 hours a day, that's safe space for anyone to come and explore art, their art. And I'm going to say it, this is going to be one of my tag things. Only you can do your art. Good, bad, ugly, do it. Whatever it might be, do it. So we're trying to create that space in Lexington so that people can come on their time and work on art, collaborative art, alone art, podcast art. We want to have rooms set aside where you can do podcasts and stuff like that, already wired. We want to have art supplies on hand so you can just get them from us while you're there. But we also, and I've talked about it, we also wouldn't mind law enforcement stopping by and getting a free cup of coffee. But once we get going, because we want it to be a safe place for everyone, except if you're preaching hate. No haters.
Yeah, we don't have room for hate.
We don't have
will
room
not have
for
any
hate.
desks for hate.
One love, you know what I'm saying? Anyway.
There's like four songs that you could go to right now, but keep going.
Sorry. So she kind of looked at her mom and was like, how would you like to come to Pride Festival Frankfurt, Capital Pride Frankfurt, be a vendor, and sell your art? And I was like, yeah.
Yes.
So she gave me a little sticky note with contact and where to go and everything to do. And I think our food's coming. You don't mind being filmed, do you? No. Most excellent.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, sir. Anyway, so we might need some utensils. Okay. Oh, excellent. So I was like, oh yeah. So she gave me the information. I talked to Robert about it, and I've already rented the space. They sent out some more contact information about wanting to know, what we're about, what we're going to sell.
Yep.
So we're going to do that. Also, we're going to reach out to them. Knock on wood. I want to reach out to them and do some interviews. I would love for them to either become available before or during the event and sit down and talk with us about art, about their art, about what they think about art, about their first experience with art. So if you're out October 14th, you see it, Space Go Rocket Spinner booth, stop by. If you don't mind being filmed and doing an interview to talk about art, we'd love to see you. We'd love to talk to you. and find out what you think about art, what kind of art you do. You can buy some art.
Yep, and that's a huge ad there for sure. Because we would love to have people come. We're in the same setup. If you've got a sketchbook and you've got some art you like to talk about, we would love to review it with you.
And we'll have this set up. I'm hoping, and I think we're going to do this. We're going to be filming, covering the event live. You know, we'll be there. But I don't know what. I mean, we'll record it and have to put it up, right? So, I mean, we're not going to live stream it just because of.
Let's take a pause. Eat your food
pause.
And make sure the camera's working, because we may have recorded nothing.
Nothing at all. Wouldn't it be a shame? Because I'm on a roll today.
You are.
Awesome sauce.
Okay, you're recording?
Yeah. We are live.
We are live. Okay, so for a quick session, I want to go over a few drawing tools that I kind of.
Sorry.
You all right?
No, I had to do that.
Did you nearly die on a chip? Okay. I've like swallowed whole Doritos before and thought I was going to die. So be careful. Just be careful. Okay. So I want to go through. I kind of had a renaissance moment in my own life where I started drawing again. I had not drawn for years, and I want to kind of go through that. Some of the tools I picked up really help re.
Pay attention to the portion. I've already snuck up.
Have you snuck it? Yeah. First one is I would just say go buy a notebook. Everything you can, drawing it every day. I think it is simple. I think it's something will change your life. I really do. I think notebooks is really they are probably will mean more money. Anything else off. It's something I did. So you should have just a touch. So, on the here you can see house in a tornado, and so kind of a bigger deal. Let's see if we can adjust. It's too bright. Yeah, it's sort of getting there. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
See, I would have said,
So
I just had this artistic flair where I decided to add
yeah,
some watercolor to the back, you know, just for contrast from the black and white. And
that's where the water came in the closet from the ceiling. Soaked everything. So this was supposed to be Michael Fossbinder, and at this time I'm really starting to use this tool. So let me talk through that real quick. Comes in a tube. Let's see if we can get a picture of it. There. So what this is, if I can get it open, yeah, there we go, is it allows you to maintain proportions. And so what's cool about it,
check this out. You are the man, sir.
thank you very much.
The zombie does?
It's wonderful.
Shotgun wave.
Sounds great.
Shotgun waving?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
I couldn't remember what I got because we didn't have the draft, so I just got you something, gave y'all draft price. I mean, the happy hour price.
Absolutely.
I can't remember which one it was.
You're fine. You're great. Thank you.
Thank you. He's been great. He
Yeah.
closed the door and turned the TV off.
It's always a good time at Sedona. I tell you what. Frequent this place.
So you're pretty happy with Sedona. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So,
We also love Villainous. We may be back there soon, but
yeah, we might do a Saturday morning or something there. So, okay, so what's cool about this device is you can go on your phone even and say, oh, okay, this is how far apart his eyes are, and make those marks. And you can say, oh, well, you know, this is how big the drawing is over here, and then come and redraw it. And so it's actually pretty cool. I don't know if you can see the. Let me see if I can do this. No, I'll just have to I'll put a screenshot from Amazon here. This was like $10, but it was well worth it. Cause check this out. You want to change your proportions?
Yes.
You just do that, and so
I thought that was a question.
it's pretty nice. Let me see here. It's odd because it seemed the little rubber band stayed with it over there. That's what happened. Okay. So
This
anyway,
is Robert's specialty tool that he uses at night before sleep.
something. So
Sorry,
anyway, so
man.
this helped. Actually, what was cool about this is it's not hyper accurate. We'll talk about being hyper accurate in another episode, but it reinvigorated me. So I'm gonna go through a few drawings I did. It got me drawing again, and so I'll go through here. This is Robert De Niro. I think that's pretty obvious, even though the other one may not have been as obvious. It was Michael Fassbinder. This is Robert De Niro. This is Marilyn Monroe. My nephew and I have an argument about this. He's like, "Why do you draw Marilyn Monroe?" I would say it's
Why not?
well, I would say it's the same reason that people play Metallica. If you sort of get it right, it sounds amazing. And Marilyn Monroe was very black and white, photogenic. And so this actually looks nothing like the photo, but it looks really cool because of all the light. So this is another one of Michael Fassbinder. And then this is one I was pretty proud of. This is definitely using the tool. This is from Apocalypse Now, right? So this is Marlon Brando. And a lot of charcoal, and as you can see on the other page, there's still a lot of charcoal.
These are amazing.
So one of the things I started to do a lot more of is, let me see if I can turn this down just a touch. And we got the shadow. That didn't work. We're getting such a reflection, I don't know what to do. Yeah.
They'll have to stop by the booth and see it in
They
person.
will have to stop by the booth. Let me see. Yeah. So if I put a shadow over her face, you can kind of see that. So the trick here, although let me see if I tilt it, maybe you can see.
Oh, there you
we
go.
So here's the trick for all you artists out there. Focus on the eye, less on the other eye, way less on the hair. Just use an eraser to make it vague, and it creates the concept of focus, the illusion, I guess, right? And then I did this one. Let's see. Yeah, maybe this works way better to just slightly tilt it.
Oh, where's your little stand? You can put it on your little
I
stand.
could put it on the stand. So
Wow.
So here's another one that I was measuring like crazy at this point in time, and it's Angelina Jolie, obviously. But I was still learning to use the pencils, and I'll say it I'll say it once. If you're gonna buy colored pencils, buy expensive colored pencils. You can make a lot of things work, but I actually tore through the page right here because of the pencils. Let me see. There's a few other pages in here that are pretty cool. Yeah, so that's a pretty cool one, right? But again, it's using this tool, finding key points and moving on. Now, here's the other nice thing about this. You might think, well, I'm using a tool to copy something. It actually made me radically better. I could freehand, like here, I can just go to the next page. That's completely freehand. And it's much better because you figure out what things you have to account for and really the spacing of everything. Let me see if I have. So that's Christina Hendricks. I think she was in Mad Men. Let me see. And then I have another one of Christina Hendricks and her husband when they were walking in like Portland or somewhere. Yeah, it's kind of hard to show with all the reflections.
And the camera is not doing these justice. They are just beautiful.
So let me go on to another book. So that's book one. That'll be about a couple months of work, and then I'll start into a second book here. And let me see. Yeah, so you can kind of see that. I'm really happy with that. Again, so let me kind of go through some secrets of the trade. Let me move off the page. So one of the things you'll start to do in your notebooks, you'll start to have a blank page between pieces because you want to protect them. Okay. Tools of the trade. First of all, go ahead and get one of these. It makes it so much easier to get the detail right.
I have those.
Are you ready? With 0.9, you're not pressing down as hard, and so when you erase, well beyond his glasses, it comes right up. Whereas with this is a 0.9, 0.3 pencil. I'm pressing down harder. That's a 0.5, and this is a 0.3. You actually see that this will stay permanently. I don't know if you can see that. I press down harder. But here is the trick. The other thing that's cool about these pens, and I'll put a link in the description, is, sorry, I didn't mean to do that so fast. You completely lose the lead, and it doesn't damage your pen or pencil. Sorry. So that's two of the tricks of the trade. Now let me show you the other trick of the trade. This is an eraser pencil. It is way easier to do hair with an eraser pencil. So I'll show you real quickly. Classically, I would do something like this. I would draw hair, and I might go, oh, I want to do a bunch here, and I'm going to come up here and do a bunch. And then I'm going to do a few in between. Well, that's one way to do it, but here. So that actually is way more time effective. Better use of your time. There's a few other things. You can buy one of these, which is just a eraser holder, basically. And then this is the magic. This is the thing that no one talks about. And I'll show you why no one talks about that. Alright, here you go. I'm going to draw an eye, and everyone's going to say, that's pretty good, that's really nice, you did an eye, awesome. And I'm going to get this really tiny, can't see it really, there you go. I'm going to get this, just start doing all these little details. I'm going to draw a normal eye that everyone's seen 1,000 times, okay? And check this out, this is going to blow your mind. The best coloring tool in the world, your finger. Doesn't really look that good. Maybe it looks okay. But you go and you put a white line right there. And you'll see that eye will suddenly pop. Again, it is the magic of a white gel pen. So, anyway, those are some of the tools of the trade. I'll try to put some links to some of them. It made a huge difference to start doing these simple things. Let's see. Oh, this is a great one because you can see all of the dots where I was trying to get the shape right. And so it really helps.
I like that page. I don't know why you skipped that page.
This page?
Yeah, I love that.
So this is compressed charcoal. Watch this. Well, it may have finally done. But really good artists use compressed charcoal and they use a sock full of it to do this, and then they rub it in. Makes a really cool effect. So it's super messy though.
Like, it looks awesome.
Yeah, so there's where I was attempting to do that. That one's not that good. Oh, so this is cool
Of course,
stuff.
that's right up that's my
we
bread
were
and butter,
clear.
the patterns and patterns and patterns. That's awesome.
This notebook and this are cool art I found on Pinterest. I don't want to take credit for it.
Still.
Now this is cool. This is something I worked on for quite a bit. Let me see if I can get it out of the reflection. Is I was trying to do sine waves for everything, where it just was a continuous signal of everything. And so I really enjoyed working on this one, but I never finished it.
He's a programmer. Watch out.
Cabinet I designed. Now there's some. Here's one that I did. Again, this is all learning to measure things and learning. You don't have to get that much right. You just have to get a few things right. So yeah, this is one I didn't like. There's one Kimley filled in. Oh, so this is cool because this is where I was trying to work with like white light in the hair. And so this one's kind of interesting because it doesn't look that cool until your mind figures out it's a human, and then it fills in a bunch. I drew this around the time that he passed away. So this is the lead singer for Linkin Park. And so I did a little of
Chester.
Chester. A little of your magic, right? I tried to do some patterns there. Let's see. I swear I did that one on the other book too.
It looks fantastic. Why not do it twice?
Why not do it twice? Okay.
You're killing me with the freckles. I love the freckles.
So, yeah, so what Larry is talking to is it adds a little texture to things to have the freckles. So yeah, that's Christina Hendricks again. She's very photogenic, and there's lots of good photos of her. This is Cara Delevingne. You can't really see it for all the reflection, but there's that. And yeah, so this is one we're trying to be cool. So let me say what I mean by that. Carla, my wife, is a great artist, and she is similar to Larry in that she starts to build upon patterns and build upon light and color. And so this was me attempting to be cool the way they are, but it's not anywhere near the skill level Larry has. Especially if you start to look at the detail here, it doesn't touch his books. So.
Whatever, it's awesome.
All right.
I think you should show them some of the line that you were doing there, building patterns and buildings and
Oh yeah. So let me see. Oh yeah. Well,
See, I find those interesting as well. All the little
all my
from the
other
top
drawings.
shots and like that. Look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I built that the one drawing. Okay. Let me be quick, and then we'll switch to other things.
Why be quick? This is oh gosh. Yeah, come on now. You gotta show some of that stuff.
Okay. So again, I want to be super duper clear. This is a copy. I was studying how to use the markers I had. So this is a drawing that I found on Pinterest, and I just freehanded it, copied it though. Yeah, this is a
I wouldn't say copy. I would say recreated.
recreated. Yeah. So this is another one that was super interesting because it pops. Boy, does it pop! And again, this is a recreation. Fantastic artist did this. Just recreated it. But an amazing effect. I don't know if it's like the perfect symmetry of everything or what, but it just does a great job. This one is an effect copy. So I got a picture of Bridget Bardot, and I found where like when people are doing game development, they'll do a dark color, and then they'll do almost like a really light mustard color for where the light is hitting the character, and so that's what that is. So. That's the dog at the house. I've actually got one in here. Do you recognize that guy? Let's see if I can. There you go.
It reminds me of someone. It reminds me of Bela Lugosi, but that's probably not who it is.
It's
The nose right through here.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Of course it is, because he's a monster. Sorry.
And so these are some. I was thinking about some portraits. I was thinking about doing.
Leonardo, I don't have anything against you, except for the remake of Romeo and Juliet that I had to watch a million times.
It's only been a few years since you watched it, and you still recovering.
Oh no, it's been.
So this one's an interesting one. I was trying to come up with a design of something, and so it's Robin Williams, and it's going to be basically touching the glass in front of you, and tears of joy or something. It was just trying to show like Robin Williams is always trying to connect with people and make them happy, and so it was supposed to be him kind of somberly smiling at you. There's another Marilyn Monroe. This is me. I don't know if you can really see it. Playing around with some of the grayscale markers that I have. Okay. This was pretty cool. Again, this is a copy of another artist's work. I recreated it with our dog, basically. So. And yeah, that's another one that was just I can't say enough, right? Like I'm not selling this to anybody, but I copied this photograph, and it makes me a better artist just to step it up about things. And this is one of my favorites I've done. See if I can show it properly. Yeah, that's the actual picture. But I always thought it was kind of cool to show like consciousness is like you're under the water, and then you're present, and then you're back under the water with all everything. So.
Then your life is like a movie where you fall asleep on the couch and you see bits of it as you wake up every so often. And
Yeah.
David, the man.
David Bowie. And then hands. As all artists know, hands are cool and they suck. Let me see. Is this? Oh, I've somehow sneaked in a few.
Wendigo. I'm sorry.
You're gonna go with Wendigo?
It kind of looks like a Wendigo. Or I can't remember what they're called from Witcher 3.
I haven't played it, so. And then I don't remember it all. I think this might have been the guy that played the Joker, Heath Ledger. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is, of course, the magic of any artist. And if you're going to use markers or anything in your sketchbook, you need to have a page cut. This is Bristol, but it fits right in the notebook. It's exactly the same size as the notebook, but it protects the artwork. So, okay, hold on. Let me get us a stopping image. You ready? Find the stopping image. Hold on. We're close. It's right here.
That dude in blue just dropped a video on YouTube. Hey?
Okay. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, so this one's in
Big
here
Lebowski.
somewhere. This one's in here somewhere.
What's that guy's real name?
Yeah, so this is a great example of using the proportion tool. So, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's how you created that whole thing with just the proportion tool.
Just that right there.
Wow.
Pretty sweet.
I mean,
We'll get into more detail in the next few weeks about how to do exact portraits. It's really cool to do an exact portrait. I don't in any way disdain someone doing it. It makes you an amazing artist technically. You should try it.
I don't know that we'll talk about this, but I used to use did you ever do the square method? Where you took the picture,
Grid.
yeah, and gridded it out, and then gridded out, how big you wanted it on and then drew each square, and then erased the lines in between the squares, until you had the whole. I used to use that a lot because I was much better at focusing on a tight spot than a whole thing. When I tried to look at the whole thing at once, it used to defeat me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then I got to the point where, like my first tiger painting I did, because you know who you are. I had an art teacher in middle school that just made me loathe painting. Absolutely loathe it. She wanted me to do this purple flower. It was all just purples and blacks. I hated it. So
I don't think it was a very positive
it
experience.
wasn't, no. So I went back to pen and ink, black and white. For a long, long time, that's all I would do. But the first night that I painted a tiger for James Lane Allen in Lexington. I believe they still might have it in their office. I don't know. But a tiger painting. And one night, my mother-in-law and I were watching TV, or watching Wheel of Fortune, and I just started painting. Had it on the table, just started splapping paint everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I turned it into a tiger in water. And from then on, I have been painting ever since. So. Enough about me, more about you.
Well, no. So anything else for this week?
I'm still so very excited about doing this, about working on these projects, about trying to get this studio, all-inclusive studio, where everyone can gather and It's really that I don't have any friends except Robert. And I'm just trying to build friends because I'm very lonely.
That's not true. And yeah, that's not true.
So please come to our studio and talk to me.
Well, we will be talking more. Hopefully, we hope to be around next week.
Yeah, every week.
Well, next week I'd like to go over. I hope to have your sketchbook finished and maybe be sitting off to get printed. Again, that's what we want to be selling for in October. We want to be doing this
And skulls. And sketchbooks.
skulls.
And our
And
How We Got
sketchbooks.
Here book.
Hey, thanks for watching.